Bolinda and HarperAudio Australia present this unabridged recording of Acknowledgments, stories of friends, enemies, and figuring things out, written and read by Becky Lucas. The dedication reads, "To my friends and family, I'm sorry for being such a little bitch all the time. I really love you." Before I start the book, I would like to say a few thank yous. David. I met David in a hostel in Brazil in my early 20s, during the trip of a lifetime. He was American, and at first I was grossed out by him. He didn't fit into what I considered my general type. Not that I was old enough to have a type, but I was old enough to know men who wear funky hats are to be avoided, and it is possible he wore a fedora, which I had always believed was the international sign for letting people know you leave comments underneath online porn videos. But in spite of his offensive hat, he had a confidence that was undeniable. Although, in hindsight, I realized that he was just American, and you shouldn't be charmed by an American's confidence because they were born with it and it hasn't been earned. His confidence was perhaps heightened by the fact that during this particular leg of the trip, my friend Esther and I had amassed a group of very unconfident friends due to my secret talent, which is that I possess some sort of Disney princess charm that draws meek and unconfident girls into my orbit. There was one girl in particular, called Jessica, who was Irish and very much needed coaxing out of her shell. Esther and I would try to get her involved by buying rounds of shots and insisting she do them with us. At one point, both of us chanting, "Say Jessica!" over and over again until she did it. She spent a week with us, shyly accepting offers to go on walks or to beach parties, and we got to know Jessica quite well. By the end of the week, we started to see signs that she was feeling more confident. For example, during one of the hostel parties, she wore round glow-in-the-dark glasses and only once asked us if she was pulling it off. When it was time for her to leave the hostel, we gave her a heartfelt goodbye in the foyer before turning on our heels and returning to our group of friends, including David, who were playing a game of cards. During the course of the card game, someone brought up the fact that Katie had left. In fact, we kept hearing the name Katie, until eventually Esther asked who that was. One of the Irish guys piped up, "Katie, the girl you've been calling Jessica for the past week." I laughed as though he'd told a joke. "I'm serious," he said. "That poor girl's name was Katie and you two thought it was Jessica. She told me she was too scared to say anything, so she just kept letting you call her that." I realized in that moment that while I definitely lack confidence in many areas of my life, I don't think I'll ever understand what it feels like to have so little confidence that I let people call me the wrong name for a week. After Katie had left, we began hanging out with David and his hat more and more, and he tried to kiss me every night. My initial repulsion to his advances only seemed to spur him on, and after weeks of relentless courting, I gave in. And in a tale as old as time, he retreated from me almost immediately, which meant I was now hooked. While overseas, I had pursued a variety of men, all of whom seemed exotic, like they were portals into a different life I could never have imagined possible. These days, their names are portals into a late-night scroll on Facebook and the main cause of my permanently furrowed brow, thanks to the hours I have wasted trying to figure out whether we had sex near the Louvre or if they're my cousin's friend who once showed me his webbed toe. But David felt different to me, and even though his interest in me had waned, I thought about him often and we kept in touch for the rest of my trip. Every now and then during one of our late-night text message exchanges, I could goad him into admitting that he missed me. And when I returned to Australia, he totally encouraged me. Although now I think about it, at most he may have simply agreed to my offer to visit him in San Francisco. I saved for months and flew to Los Angeles, where I was to board the cheap connecting flight to San Francisco I had purchased with our...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?